Jingle, jingle, jangle, jangle.
Welcome to High Vibes HQ, where we have real conversations about health, wealth, relationships, and freedom lifestyles. In today's episodes, you are going to be dreaming huge, really, really big, and diving deep into your true desires. So get your pen and paper, and I'm excited to hear your vision. Today, you're going to be dreaming big, huge, in fact. So let's just ground ourselves, and if it's safe to do so, then you can close your eyes, roll back your shoulders, keep your head nice and straight. Instant confidence booster. And just take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top and exhale through your mouth, slowly and controlled. Now I want you to think of your spine as your soul center. So think of it as a uncooked piece of spaghetti, nice, straight and strong. So when you next take your inhale, I want you really use your diaphragm, almost hit the back of your spine with that breath. So do that now. If you've got a blocked nose, then you'll be sure to unblock it with that one. And we'll do one more. And this time I want you to make sure that your hands are rested on your knees, palms facing up, wiggle your toes. Know that the law of gravity has got you grounded. You are safe. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you've got a pen and paper nearby, and I do say pen and paper rather than notes on your phone, then please do grab them and you can take notes. So that's the thing with this. With this episode, it's all about taking the action, not thinking about it, actually writing it down and setting the intention. Okay, let's begin. So I want you to think about the last time that you actually allowed yourself to dream. Now, some people, especially when they've come to my vision board workshops, masterclasses, programs, they haven't actually allowed themselves to dream. And it's such a huge breakthrough and realization of living without dreaming and really not allowing yourself to think that you're capable or that it's doable. And within that, there's so many tools and techniques and tips for that, especially believing in yourself, that self-love, that compassion that you get to have. So just take a moment and write down, when was the last time have you allowed yourself to dream? Now I want you to think about what it looks like and feels like to live your highest vision. And when I say to dream, I really mean like what excites you and also makes you nervous. You know, you think, oh, I wish I could, but oh, I should do this. Because a lot of the time we think that things are out of our reach. Now, with the three main fears of failure, rejection, and judgment, what they all come down to, what any fear comes down to, in fact, is the question of, can I handle this? And that's it. Can I handle this? And a great way of coaching yourself through these moments is stopping and pausing and actually asking, what is coming up for me? So what's the story, excuse, the belief that's coming up, the limiting belief? And then asking yourself, is it true? And you get to write that down as well. So this week in particular, I'd love you to have a notebook and pen on you all the time and just take these pauses in the moment. And that is key. Stopping and pausing and taking those things in at the time, just like you are doing today with this podcast. And if you're driving or something like that, then at least you're thinking about it when you can. I really do highly recommend that you then write it down. So when you think about dreaming, the question is simple of, what do I want? Now, a lot of people may feel undeserving, and this is where self-sabotage can come in, because you may feel not deserving of love or the relationship, for example, that you desire. Anything that comes up, write it down. It all begins with awareness, and then it moves on to acceptance. Okay, so you'll have some good notes written down already, I'm sure. What I like to do, especially in vision boarding and visualization, is having a group of people go into twos. And if we're on Zoom, that's a breakout room. So it would be really fun for you to work with somebody who you trust, who you can be vulnerable with, who supports your vision, who you'd be willing to show your vision board to, because it is very personal. These are your dreams. These are your biggest hopes and desires. And that person gets to be your cheerleader. And what you're going to do is set a 2-minute timer, not a 1 minute, a 2-minute timer. And all you're going to ask, you're going to take it in turns, and you can do this now as well, of asking each other, what do you want? And don't give up. You keep repeating it. And I want the other person who's answering to really go deep. So usually what happens is it'll start off with, what do I want? I don't know what I want. You do know what you want. And it'll be surface level. I want happiness. I want joy. And then after you keep going, what do you want? What do you want? And then what? There's more, right? You're going to really go deep into these layers. And what else? Great. And what else? And it is, I want, because you get to empower yourself. You might have heard of the phrase, I want never gets growing up. And actually, I want you to really empower yourself and say, I want. Now, it's only about you, nobody else, because you get to fill your cup until it overflows. And then that's what everybody else gets. And you get to be your highest version, your best version, and therefore manifest these true desires, these deep desires and dreams by being your best version. And it really is that simple. And it is a daily practice that you get to put into your diary and do, especially in the morning and at night, setting those intentions. So listening now, just answer the question of, what do you want? This is allowing you the space and time to be the person that you get to be, to live out your dreams and desires. And creating this foundation is what you get to build upon, which is really key to success. Now, we all love some stats. So I've got some to go along with this exercise, and it's so powerful. So please do take the time to actually do it, because I've had so many questions over the years, and especially lately, of how are you living your digital nomad life? And it all starts with these small yet powerful daily practices that usually we may not take time to do. So just even carving out 2 minutes. And that's key as well with the goals. And this is what the stats are about, is the goals. We tend to set these huge goals for ourselves, whereas actually start at a bite-sized piece. And it may seem pointless and a waste of time. Actually, challenge yourself to do it, because if you want to read a book, don't start with a chapter, start with 2 pages. Yeah, but Shell, that's not going to be a chapter, I should do at least 10. Stop shoulding all over yourself. The shoulds are not going to move you forwards. And with that, you're either moving towards your goals and your vision or away from them. And you get to choose that. And these are all ways that you can coach yourself and guide yourself every day. So when you write your goal down, so actually, first of all, having a goal, and I would recommend a 90-day goal that is personal or professional, that's really going to move you towards your highest vision, your highest self, your goal, to whatever it is that you want to achieve, not anybody else. This is all about you. When you actually write that down, you're fully committed to it, you're 42% more likely for it to come true. Now, when you declare it, and this is one of my favorite parts of the vision board process, is having trailblazing women in particular declare and speak out their vision as if it's already done. So you're acting as if you are affirming, I am living in this home. I am gardening every day in my allotment with my organic vegetables. I am baking bread with my children. I am exercising at 5 a.m. in the morning. Whatever it is that you get to dream about and to live. That's why my tagline is live your vision. So we're moving into action. You're 76% more likely for that goal and that dream to be successful, to actually manifest, which is huge. So writing it down, declaring it, and especially if you declare it with somebody else. And then the last part is accountability. So accountability and support, having a cheerleader, having someone to check in really gently as well. No judgment, no shame, no blame, no judgment. It's a case of, okay, great. You set this goal and this is what you wanted to achieve. Have you done it? And if you haven't, it's about checking in and reflecting, saying, okay, why didn't I do that? What was stopping me, preventing me in that moment? And or what was more important? And whatever comes up, whatever resistance is there, when you scan your life back, you'll probably notice that it's a pattern that is just repeating itself. Because if you had a doubt today, then you're probably going to have the same doubt or challenge tomorrow as well. So having that accountability, you are 95% more successful. It's the strongest booster of follow through. And that is the key of following through. So it's really lovely to have all of these ideas, and especially entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs that I speak with. We have all of these great ideas, yet we're not following through. And that is about taking the action. So just imagine you set these beautiful foundations of gratitude and your vision. Just think how much you are going to achieve every single day and actually follow through. So that's one thing that I absolutely love and I'm really known for, is holding people high, holding them accountable and moving forward towards their dream. And it gets to be fun and it gets to be easy. So one of the beliefs that is usually flipped is, from, oh, it's so hard, it's going to be complicated. And there's the avoider and the procrastinating, to gets to be fun and easy. Amazing. Just like starting this podcast, it gets to be fun and easy, and letting go of the how, letting go of the perfectionism as well, and the people pleasing, and any of those fears, especially failure, judgment, or rejection, to keep your vibes high. My coach always says to me, mind your own business. And that really stops the outside noise. You are unapologetically you, and you're living your vision, not anybody else's. All my life, people have said, oh, you're going to follow the guidelines, so to speak, of life. I've always carved my own path. And that is what's so inspiring for others. So you listening, this is your reminder to really dream big, dream huge for yourself and therefore everybody else. It'll create this beautiful ripple effect. So I'm so excited to hear some of your big visions. And of course, they can be a 3-month goal, 90 days. That's a great place to start. A year, even 6 months, 5-year plan, 10 years. Some people don't really like to go over a year, and that is absolutely grand. Whatever suits you, that is the key. Dream big, and remember, if in doubt, be bold. Thank you for joining us on High Vibes HQ. It's been an absolute pleasure to take you through this visualization and dreamy process for you to really dig deep into your true highest vision and desires. Make sure that you write them down, declare them, and of course, keep that accountability high. I love what I call pocket coaching, and that means that I can be in touch with you anytime. Let us know in the comments any of your dreams and desires that you'd like to declare, and we will be your highest cheerleaders.